3 more tips to help make your life easier. Tip number 1, become an expert in what you teach. Seems like a no-brainer, but you should know as much as you possibly can about your subject material. This would include going to webinars, seminars, lectures, TED Talks, online websites, YouTube videos, whatever it is. Find as much information as you can on the things you teach. This will help you communicate the subject matter in a better way, because the more knowledgeable you are, the more confident you will be. Again, it seems like a no-brainer, but sometimes we forget. We get all wrapped up in the teaching end of it, and we forget to pay attention to that area that we teach. Find ways to broaden your knowledge of those things you teach, and you will become a better teacher. Tip number 2, don't be afraid to be goofy. I don't mean be so goofy you distract from your teaching and you can't get your point across, but don't be afraid to do little goofy things here and there. It will help students build a relationship with you. It'll help you build a rapport with them, and it helps them see you as human. You want them to want to know what you are teaching. So in order to do that, make yourself as human as possible. One of the ways you can do that also adds to the culture of your school. Most schools have dress-up days of some kind, sometimes around homecoming, around Halloween time, but they have dress-up days where there's a themed dress-up time. It could be a decade day where you dress up in your favorite decade's clothing, people dressing up in the 60s and the 70s and 80s. Participate in that. If it's a nerd day, participate in that. Whatever the dress-up day might be, participate in it and be a part of it. And I participate all out. I go all in when it's dress-up days. And the kids love it. They think it's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. And I encourage you to give it a shot. Participate in that. Well, another thing that can help with do something strange and a little goofy. Each time you teach a new concept or a new skill, those concepts and skills will stick with the student. One of the things I do is I have my wipe-off marker in my hand, and I can make it look like I'm sniffing that marker. But those students who see it, if I time it correctly with a skill I'm teaching, they will remember that skill almost every time I just pick up a Sharpie or a wipe-off marker. So find something that fits you, do it, go with it, and enjoy. Tip number 3. Live outside of your classroom. Do not become that teacher that lives in their classroom and does nothing outside. Take part in activities and in instances in students' lives beyond the walls of your classroom. One of the things I do is I go into the lunchroom during my lunchtime and I actually circulate with the students, and I may actually sit down from time to time at a student's table, past student or current student, and just visit briefly with them. It's a lot of fun and it's enjoying. They think it's weird at first, but if you become a regular in the lunchroom, they won't think it's weird at all. In fact, they'll wave at you, they'll say hey, and they'll want you to be a part of their life. That is really one of the secrets to getting deeper relationships with students, is being more than just their teacher, being someone, being a three-dimensional person, a person who has depth, a person who is genuinely concerned about their learning and their well-being, because both are tied together. Also, go to sports games. If you have athletes in your classes, they love to see you at the games. Go to the games. You don't have to go to every game, but go to some of them. Go to at least one for every student. And sometimes you can go to one game and cover a lot of students in a single game. But go, make your presence known, wave at them, go walk down to the field or the court or as close as you can get and wave and smile. Be a visible presence outside of the classroom. I like doing tardy sweep. I enjoy tardy sweep. I stand at my location and I holler off countdowns, and I'm very active in making tardy sweep a working, functioning feature of our campus. Become part of your campus culture, your campus environment beyond your classroom. Those are the 3 tips I have for you. Don't forget to push subscribe. That's a little button right over here. And that way you'll know when I post new things. I have a special event coming up at the end of August. I'll be setting up my classroom. I still don't know where my classroom is in the building yet, but I'll be setting up my classroom. You'll get to see a video of that. I have no idea how that's going to work yet, but it's going to happen. So comment below, because you start adding to my ideas and you start giving me suggestions, and who knows where this can go. We can become one of the greatest teams in the world. Remember, I love learning with you. I love teaching with you, and together we really can take over the world.